that actually is not just a NASA initiative. I participate on the interagency working group for technology transfer, and every single federal lab is encountering the same problem. How do we help small companies, small businesses, large businesses? How do we help people of this country, citizens of innovation, if you will? How do we help them take an idea, make it into a product, take the product to market, and generate regional economic growth? And that is what this nation is going to have to do if we're going to get out of the mess that we're in, all right? Financial mess, that is. I'm not speaking anything about politics, okay? And my opinion is, and you will see, it starts right here in Colorado, all right? And the decision that NASA made to partner with CAMT was not a fluke, it was a deliberate decision, because Colorado offers to the nation exactly the right combination of environment, education, university community, resources, aerospace, clean tech, energy, the right infrastructure. The politics is right because people really understand that we all have to crawl out of this mess as a nation, and the way to do it, in my opinion, begins right here in Colorado. And so this is a pathfinder. I'm really serious about it. This is a pathfinder for NASA. It's a pathfinder for the Obama administration. This program that we're establishing here in Colorado has received an enormous amount of national attention. The White House is looking at this as a potential pathfinder and a way to reinvent the future for all of us. All right. So I just want to tell you a little bit. We did an analysis recently about spin-off benefits, and what it basically shows is that we can document in a 10-year period stories published in our spin-off publication, which documents spin-offs from the space program. We can document how many lives were saved. We can document how much revenue was generated for local communities. And we can also document, we can document numbers of jobs created. And that's precisely what we're going to do here in Colorado, in our partnership with CAMT and with with all of the people in Colorado. So basically, an investment in NASA technology, although it's mission-driven, it helps us go to space, it helps us build rockets, engines, everything you need to go off and explore the universe and go on the same mythic quest that Dr. Ron Sega has gone on. He's flown on the shuttle 2 times. Ron, are you still here? If you are, stand up. No. Okay. He's not still here, but he belongs to you at CSU and at Ohio State University. He's a flown astronaut, flown 2 times, and he's looking at how to drive synergy between and among aerospace and clean tech and energy. All right. Now, okay, this comes to why Colorado and why CAMT. All right. The green, the star is the middle of Colorado. The dark green is the ACE Park. The lighter green is the Regional Economic Innovation Cluster. And the point I want to make by this is not a Denver initiative, a Southern Colorado initiative, an east, west, south, north. This is a Colorado initiative. And it's a regional initiative. All right? Each one of those blue triangles, that represents a NASA center. You see how they're distributed. Each one of those dots represents an MEP center. So the question of why did NASA come to Colorado and knock on Elaine Thorndike's door is because she has an architecture, a physical architecture, a knowledge distribution system, and a mission to bridge the gap of the Valley of Death throughout the country in manufacturing. She has that mission, and she's got the physical infrastructure to prove it. So automatically, this was of great interest in NASA because we only have this many centers. Okay, we have a research park in California, and I just want to tell you, this stuff does not happen overnight. If you look at that chart, you will see that we started thinking about this basically in 1996. We have the National Academy of Sciences, the Board on Science, Technology, and Economic Policy come out and do a study for us on whether or not it made sense to have a NASA research park in the vicinity of the Ames Research Center. And it took 10 years, and in 10 years we had ups and downs, we had IG audits, we had GAO audits, we had congressional interest, we had congressional lack of interest, and we had, it wasn't a smooth trajectory, is what I'm trying to say, and it took 10 years. I'm convinced with the infrastructure that you have in place here in Colorado, with the networks, the intelligent networks that you have in the regional and economic private-public partnerships, you could possibly reduce that time in half to create the Aerospace and Clean Energy Regional Economic Innovation Cluster. Right. I want to talk to you a little bit about the relationship between the Innovation Cluster, the Technology Acceleration Program, and the physical ACE Park. I know a lot of interest has been focused on the ACE Park. The ACE Park is only the physical manifestation of these two conceptual models. The first one being a regional economic innovation cluster. You can't go touch it, okay? You can't make it perform. It is a way of organizing information and viewing the world that allows you to be effective and efficient as you try to grow your economy, right? It's a concept. The same thing is true with the Technology Acceleration Program. It is a series of programs. It's process improvement for companies. It's lean and mean. It's finding more revenue for research and development and scale up for manufacturing. The ACE Park is the physical manifestation of these two concepts. And why is it important? It's important so that people know where to go, are located in the same place, and the people who need space for manufacturing and scale up can do that. And it also can become, for Colorado, a showcase of how a regional economic innovation cluster will work in energy and aerospace. You know a little bit about clusters. The point I want to make here is that a cluster basically used to have physical boundaries. We used to have clusters in Michigan for automotive, in New York City for the garment industry, in California for film. There were very discrete regional geographic areas, and they kind of stayed where they were put. This is the 21st century, and that's not the model anymore. The model is the boundaries are porous, which means that your cluster can operate virtually, like our Lunar Research Institute in California, our National Biological Research Institute in Texas. You can operate virtually, like our Astrobiology Institute in California. You can operate with bricks and mortars, but the point of the cluster is it's the relationships and the leveraging of the relationships and the resulting innovation that results from putting two things that are known together to create something that you didn't think of before. I've already told you why Colorado. You have a very robust ecology and a very rich ecology, and you have the apparatus of a governance system that is set up to actually do this. Why CMT? Because CMT both has the experience, the network, and the relationships that we need in a particular state. As I've told you before, we want to facilitate and increase technology transfer, technology acceleration, commercialization, innovation, and actually create jobs as a result of this. And over the next 5 years, we are going to measure. We are going to measure and actually demonstrate how effective this concept is. Elaine's already told you a little bit about our partnership with CMT. One of the things she didn't mention is that we can also develop mission use technology, and we can, under a protocol with Space Act agreements, we can also help you test your equipment or product or capability in space, if we can ever get back to the space station. I didn't say that. Okay. No, but yeah, well, that's a different story. And that's why the Office of the Chief Technologist was created at NASA last year, is because we understand that underpinning whatever we might do, whether we're going to go to Mars, whether we're going to go to the moon, whether we're going to land on an asteroid, is a technology. We have to have the enabling technology in order to get there. This partnership is going to accelerate technology. It'll drive synergy between and among aerospace and clean tech. It should increase the rate and volume of the movement of the NASA-developed technology into the Colorado economy and drive collaboration and serve as a model for other federal labs. It's a typical company business model. It just shows you that at the very beginning, the fundamental research on the left does not create a lot of jobs. Where you get a lot of jobs is when you go scale up, and when the jobs are the blue on the bottom, when you go scale up and you actually are distributing both nationally and internationally. This is a traditional technology development model, and as you can see, the federal laboratories develop technology to a certain point.